Tech 101, your essential guide to understanding the technologies shaping our world, translating complex innovation into practical knowledge you can use with confidence. Another week, another great episode. Miss Jackie, how are you, partner?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Wow, fabulous, fabulous, excellent, because we're moving to March.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it.
So fast, so fast. And after that, it's April Fool.
Oh my goodness. And then we're going to be going into Easter for those that celebrate Easter, right? We're
Easter,
already in Lent,
yes.
into Lent. Wow. Yeah.
Yes. Tech 101 and AI 101 will be published first week of March, wherever you listen your podcast, people. For the meantime, we're live through all social media, so please do watch us, listen to us, and let's enjoy each of episodes that we are doing. So, Miss Jackie, what will be our topic for today?
Today, our topic is called the internet, dial up to always on. So, that dial up sound that we used to hear, right, was basically the internet yelling, I'm coming. Yeah,
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm dialing now. I still
right.
remember the sound, but I cannot mimic the sound. How is it? The
I can't
sound.
either. I can't mimic it
Yes.
either. But I remember it in my mind because I remember being in college and
True.
yeah, or even high school. Yeah, I remember my junior year in high school when I had
Oh.
my got my first computer, and that's what it was like dialing up, and then had AOL with "You've Got Mail," right? And then they came out with that movie in 1998 with uh, Tom Hanks and what's Meg Ryan? Remember that movie
Mm-hmm,
called You've Got Mail? Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it was all about like back then. It was the
I
connection
think this
was
one, Miss
slow.
Jackie. Sorry,
Did
sorry.
you find it?
Yeah, I found it. Let's see. Tell me if this correct one. Tell me. You can hear it.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep, you got it.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that brings back memories.
One more, people. This is how we dial up connection on the internet in the 1980s or
It was a,
60s
it was
or.
about that came around in the early 90s because I remember when I was a junior in college, it was like
Mhm,
94 I think is when it started because I got a computer and it had Windows 95 on it with AOL.
mhm.
Yeah. And
Windows
that's how we would
95.
dial up. Yep.
Yeah,
It was
my God.
slow. And also too, do you remember when you would go on the internet? It was Netscape before, and then Internet Explorer came
Haha.
around. But remember
Mm,
how slow the content would load? Remember, it would
true.
just
It's
you'd
very
have to
slow.
like wait for and you're like, oh my goodness. And then there was that mindset, right, that you had to log on and log off because you couldn't use your landline while you were logged onto the internet. So you had to log on,
Yes,
log off. But now it's that constant connection. We're always online with our
everywhere.
Wi-Fi, yeah, and
Mm-mm.
broadband. So yeah, it's very interesting how even the mobile internet, right? We have it on our phones now. Didn't have that
Mm.
before, so it's
Thank you for
changed a
the
lot.
technology. So
Hmm.
fast. And I think the modem is also have 56 KB, if not mistaken, right? That
Yeah, I
I
do
think that
remember
the
that.
speed.
Yeah, the speed got better too. I remember too when my uncle built my first computer. It wasn't that very first computer I got because my stepdad ended up getting that from someone that she graduated from college and she didn't need the computer anymore. So it was a used computer. It wasn't that great. But then after that, my uncle built me one, and he's like, "Okay, let's go to the tech store and let's pick out your modem and let's pick out your processor and all that stuff." And he's like, "How much do you want to spend, or do you want faster because it's going to be more expensive, or are you willing to settle for something a little slower
Yes,
and pay
yes.
less?" So I had to, of course, stay within my budget, right, of what I could do. And I would have loved to have had the fastest, the fanciest, but I knew it was going to cost me more money, so I had to kind of balance it out a little bit with cost and speed of
Yes,
it.
true.
Hmm.
And for the
Yeah.
Microsoft too, you need to tie up with your processor plus your modem, because if your processor is slow and your modem is slow together, it make more slower. So your modem must be higher in KB or whatever, as well
Mm-hmm.
as your processor, right?
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Plus your hard disk too. If your hard disk is full already, and it's hard to dial up as well as the processor itself, because the hard disk is full. Oh my
Right.
goodness. Now
Yeah.
it not
Mm-hmm.
affect anything, right?
Right, exactly. I think when I was younger and the internet first came around, I thought of it as a place. Like I would
Hmm.
go somewhere, right? But it really wasn't a place. I think Netscape and Internet Explorer kind of made you think you were going somewhere, like you were going to outer space somewhere and gathering this information. But yeah, it's very interesting how it kind of made you think you were doing that, right? Like I'm going to go to the moon and come back with all this information, but I'm really not going to the moon. So yeah, very interesting.
Yes, definitely. So, Miss Jackie, do you think, how did this low speed shape early online behavior and attention spans in our
Oh
early days?
yeah, I think in the early days it was interesting because those that could afford the higher speed internet, they had an advantage over those that couldn't, right? And so
Mm.
as the technology kept getting better and better and it was getting faster, you could tell those that had the better internet, like you'd be like, oh, let's go over to someone else's house that has the higher speed internet, right? Versus the slower dial up. So it was very interesting to, and I had friends that were like that, where their parents could afford that and they could get that, but I couldn't. So I was like, okay, I'm stuck with the traditional Wi-Fi or traditional dial-up, right, before the Wi-Fi.
Mm.
So yeah, so I think it also changed our attitudes about things and who had access to what and things like that. So yeah, I think it's
Hmm.
just like anything, some kids will be like, well, mom and dad, why can't we have that, and things like that. And questioning that, like so and so has that, and then the parents will say, well, we can't afford that. So
Hmm.
yeah.
And I remember, Miss Jackie, at that time, AMD and Intel are competing each other, which is the best processor, AMD or Intel, because the better processor do you have, the better you access to the internet fast,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So Intel and AMD at that time, they are competing. They're saying, "Oh, AMD is better because they are fast," but Intel is the pioneering in terms of processor, which is more famous comparing uh, Microsoft and Apple. At the time,
Right.
Microsoft is like booming, right? And
Right.
and Apple is like still beginning at the time, when already like Bill Gates is like, oh, the wealthiest man in the world is monopolying, monopolization of Netscape. What is
Right.
that?
Exactly.
Explorer, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
he ended up putting Netscape out of business because Internet Explorer took over. And then we had Google Chrome come along, and now you've got, and now it's
Lots.
Microsoft Edge now, and then you've got
Hmm.
Google Chrome, but I wonder how many people actually use Microsoft Edge. I use it at work, but it's not Internet Explorer anymore. It's now Edge. So yeah, it's kind of
I mean,
interesting. Yeah, and what I noticed too with the internet, Daniel, is that there were only a handful in the beginning. There were only a handful of companies that would offer internet service, right? And
yes,
now, if you notice, there's a lot of
lots.
cell phone providers that actually provide internet. Like you've got T-Mobile. I just switched over to Mint Mobile, and they have internet too, internet service. So a lot of these companies are branching out. So if they already are in telecommunications, then they're thinking, why not tap into the market of the internet and offer high speed internet and Wi-Fi and things like that. So it's very interesting how, and they'll say, well, bundle this together and you can get all your services at once. And then also the companies that offer internet, like cable and internet together, they're now offering cell phone service. So they're all just competing even more, right? In
Mm.
that sphere, in that space. So it's very interesting how those companies in the beginning were only doing certain things. Like for example, I used to have for a very long time cable, and then I got internet with that same company, and I bundled that together, and then got my home phone with it. So I was able to do that, but their prices kept going up. So I was like, I'm not going to continue to have them. So now I just have my
Yes.
internet somewhere else. And but yeah, some people keep all their services with one company, and yeah, so it's very interesting how they've kind of expanded out. So cell phone providers now offer more like internet service, and then the cable companies are doing cell phone service too sometimes. So very interesting. Yeah.
People, we are talking about the internet dial-up to always on. So what do you think, Miss Jackie, if internet dial-up was not invented? What do you think happened? There's no
Mm,
modification, or there's no evolvement. Oh, yes, it
right.
will not revolutionize if there's no
I
dial-up.
agree. Yeah. I think if we were still stuck in the dial-up era, right, when it was like that in the 90s, I don't think we would have AI technology. I don't think we would have all the different advancements with communications and things like that, like the cell phones. I don't think smartphones would have come along because I was able to connect my new phone with my Wi-Fi really fast, and
Mhm.
do that where you couldn't do that before. So yeah, so I don't think we would be as connected in the way that we think we are. Sometimes it's harder because we don't see each other as often if we're connected through the internet and things like that and social media. But yeah, I don't think we would be as far along. I think we would just be kind of still where we were in the 90s, and
Mhm.
not evolving and not growing, right? So yeah.
Yes,
So
and thank God we thank uh our planet because of the origins of internet. I think it was a military experiment for the
it is
US.
right.
Yes. Thank God they shared to the world. If it's not okay, it is only for the military uses, and they
Right.
did not share to the world. So we still in the what nomad. We still
Yes,
what we
exactly.
still have
Mhm.
snail mail. Mm.
Right.
Snail
Yep.
mail right now, or we are not using digital things.
Right. Exactly. Yeah,
We
I think communications have yeah, I think it started all with the military. I would agree because
mm-hmm,
they had to be able to communicate well and have those internet connections that could be secure, especially if you have a unit deployed overseas, and you know that they can't just have regular communication. They have to be able to have secure communication with each other and on the base. So being able to have that is so important. Yeah.
mm-hmm. So I just want to read, Ms. Jackie, the history of our planet. They said internet began not as a commercial product, but as a Cold War research project in 1969. The U.S. Department of Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or called ARPA, or ARPANET, a packet switching network designed to allow multiple computers to communicate across distance. Packet switching, breaking data into small packets and resembling them to destination, was revolutionary because it was made networks resilient and efficient.
Mhm. Wow, that's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. We
Wow.
don't have scrolling and everything right now if we don't have internet.
Mhm.
And thank you for that. So what do you think will be our future for internet, Miss Jackie?
Mm. I think the future of it will be like what we've talked about before, how we're looking at going beyond living on Earth, right? And we're looking at going
Mm-hmm.
beyond that and going into other galaxies, right? Like Mars and other places. So I think it's going to, we have satellite and things like that. There's satellite internet, but I think it's going to be able to go even further and expand out. And so that way we can truly go in other on other planets and visit, live there, and things like that. So that's what I think is going to happen is the internet's just going to continue to expand beyond what we have here on Earth. So, yep.
Mm, we love that because of internet we communicate fast. We no longer have telegraph. what? Send snail mail. We
Hmm.
can communicate in the Arctic to the North Pole by one messenger or anything that you use for internet. So fast. And if we can use internet to communicate in other planets, why not, right? If they
Right.
have internet that they build. Okay, let's say we colonize Mars, then we build our internet over there, and for sure through the satellite that we are building we can communicate through the solar system and beyond.
Hmm. Right. Yeah, it'll feel limitless, right? It's like, wow, there's no limits to what we can do with communication. Yeah, I think that'll be neat.
Certainly. And we are hoping for the best and the best. And for sure, there's a pros and cons of internet. Just like our previous episode on AI 101, there's a pros and cons. So, Miss Jackie, tell us one of the cons of internet.
Right. I think one of the cons is privacy. So we have to make sure that we do have privacy measures in place because sometimes there's fake internet sites that are out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing too is dependency. I think people can become too dependent on the internet, and then also there's this phrase called doom scrolling where you're spending so much time, and it happens in social media, but it happens on the internet too, where that you're doom scrolling, and unfortunately young people are prone to this, but it can happen at any age really, and you're just going through the motions, right? And not
Mm.
realizing you're spending 2 or 3 hours on the internet. I used to do that sometimes and go, oh my goodness, I'm spending too much time on here. So I had to cut back and scale back on it. So I think those are some of the things that the cons of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And one thing cons is rampant pornography. It's too
Mm,
sad that
yes, that's true.
anytime you can access pornography, even
That's
young
sad.
age.
Yeah.
There's no guardrails anymore.
Right. Yeah,
Even
and
in
even with that, yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
on any social media,
And social
on
media.
yeah,
Yeah.
on TikTok. Oh my goodness, I don't know if TikTok can monitor all this stuff, but you can see people performing something else over there, which is accessed by innocent
Mm,
scrolling people.
right. Yeah, and even with the age verification that these social media platforms have, that kids can find a way around it, right? They can find an older sibling or they can act like they're their parents getting on there, and then how are they supposed to verify that that's really happening, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
before you know it, you have a 10-year-old who is pretending to be 13, 14, and they're really not. So that can be scary, right? With
Mm-hmm.
that. So yeah, it's they
Definitely.
have to be careful. Hmm.
That's why other countries they banned, I think, childrens that they don't have a social media
Right.
at the age of 14 or something.
Yes, Australia recently
14.
did that. I think it's 14 for Australia now. So
Mm.
the United States actually, I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but there's actually there's a big trial going on right now here in the United States. It's in California and it's against Meta right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's some plaintiffs, and one of them, she is no longer underage, but at the time she was able to get on, and she said it caused um, suicidal ideation. It caused her to just, she became addicted to it and
Mm-hmm.
caused some really, you know, hard things for her. So yeah, it's very interesting. And Snapchat and TikTok actually settled out of, because they didn't want to go to court, so they settled unknown amounts. I don't know what it was. They didn't make it public, but they settled out of court. But Meta's going to court on this, so they're supposed to be actually, I think, resuming testimonies next week. And Mark Zuckerberg actually went on the stand and took the stand and testified. So very big
Mm.
monumental case here in the United States. So I often wonder with other countries why other countries can do it, right? But the
Why
United
not
States
us?
can't.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
why
the
we can't
leading,
do that?
leading in everything,
Right.
technologies, in
Hmm.
terms of law, which is most of the country's pattern to your law.
Right, exactly. And even with the internet, yeah, being able to access the internet. I don't think kids at a certain age should have access to the internet either. I agree with you on that because
Mm.
of the pornography and all the other things. And it's really sad because there's lawmakers here in the United States that want to make those things legal and they want to make it so that kids can access it. And I'm thinking, what in the world are these people thinking? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, not good.
Not
Yeah,
good, yes. On
no.
book 101 review, I have a guess. I asked him, are we ready for AI and internet for our constitutions? And he said no, because we are too far away from that.
Mm,
Y- You
I
need
would agree.
to, yeah, we need to amend, right? We need
Mm,
to amend for the constitution because we are too far away from the technology that we are having right now. And
yes.
there's a lot of pros and cons if we will not go beyond of the technology that we are doing right now.
Right.
How can we persecute those people having rampant pornography on the net if the constitution is not allowed to,
Right.
right?
Exactly. Yep.
We
That's
said we
true.
need the guardrails.
Hmm. Yeah, it's very interesting. You see other countries that, try something out and then the United States does it, right? Sometimes I think Canada might too. And then they realize, like, for example, in the United Kingdom, and then they're like, no, we're showing that it doesn't work. And so then they reverse course and they go back. But I'm like, why is the United States still doing this, if other countries are reversing course? So yeah, and I think that's true with the internet and things like that. I think we still need to be careful with it.
Be careful, people, and we need to amend our constitution in
Hmm.
response to our high active people using internet, using AI to have a guardrails. Mm. Politician
Yes.
out there, please.
Hmm.
Just like
Yeah.
what is the latest news, Epstein scandal? What is all about, Miss Jackie? What is that?
Oh yes, so that's where here in the United States, the Justice Department has been releasing all these files, but they still have to protect the victims and make sure that they're not exposed to anything harmful, right? Because they've already
Hmm.
suffered, and they don't want them to suffer again. So they have to be really careful, redact the information with the victims, and yeah, it's really interesting because in the prior administration they had that information and they didn't do anything with it. And so the current administration is doing that. And so yeah, it's really sad because at that time I don't think there was much about the internet going on then, but yeah, it's very interesting, for sure. So there's a lot
Even
going
the
on with that.
even the prince or something, prince of
Yeah,
who is
one of the
that?
former Prince of England, yeah, he was arrested, because he apparently, um, had
Involved.
misconduct during the time that he was with the royal family. Yeah, so he's no longer prince anymore. But yeah, it was earlier today, or I know it's like a time difference between us and the UK, but they said that they searched his residence too, earlier. So yeah,
Mm.
they're saying that may actually affect the monarchy too
Mm-hmm.
down the road because that's huge. So yep,
A
lots of
huge
things.
case. So why
Yes.
is it? Why is it the government of the U.S. government releasing all the files? So
I
what is
think
the
they're
big agenda?
I think what they want to do is try to make sure that they are transparent in what they release, and also there was something that the president had signed, and he said that they were going to release all the files, and that it went through Congress, as well, and so and then he's actually it went through Congress first, so it went through the House of Representatives, and then to the Senate, and then they passed the law, and then the president signed it. So it was something they passed, and so that's the reason they're doing it.
Okay,
Yeah.
because the law before, there's a protection, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
they remove the protection to make the files come up.
Right. And then,
Mm,
but they still want to make sure that they protect all the victims' names. And so there is still redaction that happened. Not everything was made public. So, but yeah, I think that it's been going on for a long time where, but then you won't hear anything for a while and then it's been in the news again. So yeah, it's very
mm.
interesting. And then his associate, former associate, she's in jail right now for conspiracy and things like that. And they had her testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee, and she pleaded the Fifth Amendment on everything. Every question they asked her, she said, "I plead the Fifth Amendment. I plead the every single question. I plead the Fifth Amendment." So she didn't answer anything. She just pleaded the Fifth Amendment. So very
I,
interesting.
I think, Miss Jackie, we need to create one more podcast. Current Events 101.
Oh my
See, well,
goodness. Yeah. Do you have
we're
one like
good.
that right now?
Yes, no, I don't have. So let's do 3-3 to make it equal. 3 for Saturday, 3 for Friday. What do you
Oh
think?
my goodness.
Current
Even it up,
events
right?
101. Yes, I think we're good. We're good in talking on current events. Oh
I
my
think we are.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, why not? So people all in one. We have six podcasts, 3 for Friday and 3 for Saturday. Well, live
You
every
just created one
time.
right on the air. I love it. I
Yes,
love
it's
it.
on the air. Current events 101. So please tune in, people. Our first episode, Epstein file. Epstein, did I
Oh my
pronounce
goodness.
correct? Epstein
Wow.
file.
Yeah, we could talk about a lot of current events going on. Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
Because every time now and then, Miss Jackie and I, before we do our episodes, we talk about current events. And I think, oh, Miss Jackie is good for this. And I am too,
Yeah.
because let's say I'm not nosy, but well, we need to talk about it. Even we are
Exactly.
not watching. I'm to tell you frankly, I'm not watching TV, but I just scroll. Oh, just like a
Yeah.
while ago, I just scroll who died, the Great Grace Anatomy actor of ALS.
Oh.
What is the
Oh.
name?
He died? Oh
Yes,
no.
Grey's Anatomy. I love Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. And also
If I have a time, I
this
watch it. I'm
yeah,
watching it.
last week this one hit me kind of hard.
What is the name?
James
Yeah.
Vanderbeek. You remember James Vanderbeek? He
Oh
was in
yes,
Dawson's
Dawson
Creek
Creek.
and he was in
Oh
Varsity
my.
Blues. He's the same age. He was the same age as me. He was a little bit older, but he was born the same year as me. So
You see me.
he was 48 and he died of cancer. But it just I was like, wow, he's got six young kids
She,
with his wife.
why?
Yeah,
What happened? What
cancer.
happened to him?
He
Cancer
got
of
colon
ALS,
cancer. Mm.
bone
He
cancer,
It was colon cancer. Yeah,
colon cancer.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It hit him pretty hard. So,
oh my
yep,
goodness. I love Dawson Creek. My goodness.
yeah,
I usually first season. Oh my goodness. I am fun with that.
yeah.
Are
That
you?
was good. I like Dawson's Creek. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah,
definitely.
he was good in Varsity Blues too. I like that one because I don't normally don't watch football type of movies, but that one was really good. If it's very
Mm,
inspirational, I like to watch it. So
yes.
he was
The
good in that
love
one too.
story intrigue that every
Yeah,
season, uh what's the name? James, right? James went to
James
Katie.
Vanderbeek.
Jan
Mm-hmm.
Vincevic went to Katie, and then Katie go to the other guy, Joshua or
Oh,
something. That
yeah.
every season they are interacting each other. First season, Vanderbeek is for Katie, right? On the second
Yes.
season, become Joshua and Katie, which is, well, the intrigues and everything that every season. Oh my goodness, I need to watch this. What's happened? What's
Great.
happening?
Yeah, it's kind of like today they have Heartland. Well, okay, so I watch a couple of we're gonna have to do current events. I watched
This current events, people,
I
preview of
know
current
we're
events.
well, I watched several series that are Canadian series. I watched
Hmm.
Hudson and Rex, which is a crime drama. I don't know if
Okay.
it'll come back because they took away they didn't bring the main actor back, which plays Jack Hudson. And I'm a lot of people are very upset, so I don't know if he'll end up
Hmm.
coming back. But That's a really good one. So you might want to look that one up. And then I watch Heartland, and Heartland is a crime. It's not a crime drama, but it's a really good drama set in Canada. They film it in Canada. It's really beautiful, and
Mm-hmm.
that's 19 season. They're on the 19th season, getting
Alrighty.
ready to film. I think yeah, they're getting ready to film season 20. I think, aren't they? I think, but yeah, there's some good ones out there for sure. Yeah, some good Canadian ones.
People, tune in next week. We are starting our current events 101. So tune in for that. Oh my goodness, Miss Jackie. What we're
Maybe
doing, we
we'll go
are
a little
past
bit into history. Maybe we'll go a little bit into history too, and do
yes.
some yeah,
Mm.
yeah, historical
Pod
stuff too.
we
Yeah,
are podcast machine people, so we're just adding and adding and adding what we like to do.
we just keep
Because
coming
if
up with ideas, right,
yes, if
Daniel?
you like
Yeah.
what you're doing, even you're tired, people, I do a lot of podcasts. So imagine I have a lot tons of editing, I have a lot of podcast guests. I do cater like 150 guests every month. Imagine, plus I'm creating what, 22 podcasts right now.
Wow.
And he
Soon to
said,
be
"Are you
23.
23?"
Is this gonna be
He said, "Are
23?
you crazy?" I said, "No, I'm not crazy. I love what I'm doing. So, burnout is not for me, people. Burnout is not for me." Even they said, "Oh, too much. Don't have time for yourself," and blah 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 and blah blah blah. But people, once again, if you love what you're doing, you have the chance to do it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Absolutely. It's not a. It doesn't become a job. It becomes just part of who you are.
Part of
Yeah.
your hobby. Mm.
Yes. I love it.
And and people, we you are on Tech 101 and we are talking about internet dial up to always on. So Miss Jackie, to wrap up our discussion for today, what can you say about internet before?
I think before internet was clunky, it was slow, it was hard to connect, and now we don't have to worry about it. It's not stressful
Yes.
like it used to be. Yeah, now it's
Yes, it's
fast. We're always
so
on.
fast.
Yep.
Always on and everywhere. You
Yes.
can catch up a Wi-Fi. It's a booming business. Do you think
Yes.
we can have a business Wi-Fi, Miss Jackie?
Maybe. Yeah. And I don't think we don't think about it anymore. Before I would actually have to sit there and think about, okay, I'm getting ready to connect to the internet. Now
Yes.
it's just so second nature. We don't really think about it anymore. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. The
it's just there.
modem. Listen to the modem. The sound. This is the sound when you're dialing. See?
Wow, that brings back memories.
There's a party line. There's a party line.
Right.
Yes, people, we are lucky that our technology is getting better and better and better. And for sure, for our next generation, this will be more evolved. Who knows? There's no more Wi-Fi. What do you think? What will be the next Wi-Fi?
That's a good
Better than
question.
Wi-Fi. My goodness. So, people, as we look ahead, the future of internet will not simply faster or more powerful. It will be more integrated into a fabric of human life. Oh, I like it. Fabric of human life. It will evolve and evolve and evolve because it brings convenience to us, just like the modem that we're using, inconvenience, so we remove it. Now it's convenience. Wi-Fi, you have the password, voila, no more dialing.
Right.
So Miss Jackie, would you like to plug in your podcast, our
Sure.
podcast?
Yes. We're coming up with 6. So we have AI 101 that we do together. That's on Fridays, and then we're doing Tech 101 right now, and then on Saturdays we do Bible verses 101 together, Coaching 101. Those are now available, which is great, Daniel. I love that.
Yes,
And
yes.
then we have Mystery Stories 101 that's going to be coming up, and now current current
Current
events
events.
101. 101.
So what we do, I think Friday, Saturday is for Mystery 101, current event is tomorrow.
I think
Because,
we'll do.
yeah, Tech 101, AI 101, and Mysteries are today.
On Fridays. Yeah.
Yeah, on
And then we'll
Fridays.
do the other three. So we'll do three
So,
and three.
yeah,
Yeah.
so tomorrow people start our current events. Tune in for that. After our Bible verses 101, after our coaching 101. So tune in for that. We are giving you the best of the best knowledge and wisdom that we are well coming from God.
Yes.
So, Miss Jackie, how about your other podcast? The one you have, Wisdom.
Yes. Yeah, it's called Designing with
Design.
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an educational podcast, and I talk about everything in education that's being affected by technology or just, different things like that. And then about instructional design and how to break into the field as well. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy that. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can check out that podcast as well.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Jackie Pellegrin, because if you support her, for sure, more and more empowering episodes to rise. Just like our AI 101, Tech 101, Bible verses 101, what else? Coaching 101, Mysteries, Stories 101, and of course, our new additional that we just brewed a while ago with what? Coffee, milk, what else? Tea. It goes together. Milk, tea, coffee, and all in one, people. Current events 101 tomorrow.
Yes.
So, Miss Jackie, I don't have the logo. Can you do it for me? I know you're busy, but I will let you know
Sure.
if I did.
And then I'll
you.
do the music along with the other one. So yeah. I'll
Thank
do it.
you. Thank you. So you will do the introduction, okay?
All
For
right.
the Mysteries 101.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Jackie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for joining us, and keep learning.
Welcome, people. See you soon.